give a fuck about no bitch, by no bitch. You could call me money making Murphy go like Mitch. Ho gon' be a hoe and that's for sure, that's for sure. She always taking shots, that's all she know, that's all she know. Ooh, that rubber slip, it got me nervous, nervous. Oh, you need to go to Sunday service, service. Always on that west side jugging dough, I'm jugging dough. I'm always making sales, that's all I know, that's all I know. I'm not no hopeless romantic, diamonds on me and they dancing. I went from trapping to mansions, I went from ugly to handsome. Now my bank account expanding, and my phone steady jamming. Time for cartel expansion, just the way a nigga planned it. I'm not no hopeless romantic, diamonds on me and they dancing. I went from trapping to mansions, I went from ugly to handsome. Now my bank account expanding, and my phone steady jamming. Time for cartel expansion, just the way a nigga planned it.
3 Cubans on me, I'm doing election slide. 5 phones dancing, all in one time. Paranoid in this mansion, I still peek out blind, huh? No 392s, Hellcats be wide. I still a worker, trap like a 9 to 5. 300,000 in cash, what I blew at Prime. The way I'm stepping on these necks, this should be a crime. Just like 50 boys, huh? But we 55, out the Hey.
Testing. All right.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the Garrett Show. And today, we talking about, we having tear talk.
Tear talk.
We having tear talk. And what we talking about is the highs and lows of what us men, you know what I'm saying, have been through. You know what I'm saying? We talking about our past, our present, and where we headed towards. You know what I'm saying? But before I get started, I got to introduce. I got some heavy hitters in the building, y'all. Some heavy hitters, man. And I'm going to start off to my right, my boy True Morocco with Chop Talk, man. Tell them about yourself, Chop.
Hey, what's up, man? Y'all know who it is, man. It's your boy Morocco the Don, man. Chop Talk TV, man. Big business. We ain't keeping no score. Y'all know this ain't that, man. The best, the new, the hottest mobile media barber service in St. Louis, man. So we out here moving around, man. We grooming the people, man. We putting them on the platform, man. We showcasing everybody. We moving state to state, moving around, man. We doing what we do, man. You know what it is, man. Chop Talk TV.
I got my other brother.
Yeah.
Hey, his name Dino G.
That's it.
Man, tell him about yourself, Dino.
Hey, I'm Dino G, and I'm just here supporting my man Jay.
Right on.
We're gonna get into some heavy talking today, so I'm just an average person doing average things.
All right. And my next partner, man, dope brother, man. He's very supportive, man. Strong black man, and he don't like for me to say it, but he's a poet, dope ass poet. I ain't trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Humble at all times, man, and a strong black man. Ronnie Amin.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm Ronnie Amin. I represent a number of organizations and initiatives. I'm a board member of Missouri Cure. I'm an organizer with St. Louis Expo. I'm also an organizer with Freedom Community Center, and I'm a member of Black Man Build. And everything I do is to contribute to the community and to help restore what I helped destroy in my former life. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And last but not least, man, this my homeboy, man. He a poet, dope poet, you know what I'm saying? A father, you know what I'm saying? And tell them about yourself, Two Scale Real.
Man, what it is, man? I appreciate it, man. I'm definitely here to support my guy, Jay Garrett. You know what I mean? Serious business with my man. It's your boy, Real Double, man. Y'all know the guy that brought you the Artist Lounge, brought you Smoking Word, man. You know, we cranking it up, getting ready for the new year. Mr. Finna bring you the Gone Show again, so y'all be ready for that December 26th. I'm honored to be here with Chop Talk, with Ronnie Amin, with Dino and Jay, man. Like you say, it's definitely heavy hitters here, so let's do it, brothers. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's what's up.
Let me say this, man. Before we start, I just want to say how much it is an honor to be in this circle, right? Because we know that there's a segment of society don't look at us as honorable. And I think there's no greater honor than being amongst these individuals, not only who have worked so hard to find a place in their life, but these are soldiers and scholars and businessmen. And I salute everyone at this table and everyone like them. So it's important for me, man, to acknowledge the greatness that's in the circle right now.
Hey, look, and before I start this off, one thing that I realized, you got to go to the past in order to know a person. You know what I'm saying? So before we got to where we at now, well, I'm going to use I'm going to say me. Before I got to where I'm at now, I had a past life that led me to this direction. So when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, I remember when my mother used to tell me, hey, boy, you get out there and start selling them drugs and hanging around the wrong niggas, your ass going to get locked up. So, I used to I still brush mama off like, yeah, all right, mama, whatever. So I always had that attitude like, shit, not me. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to catch me. I ain't going to get caught. And guess what, y'all? They got my black ass. You remember that? They got me too. Hey, look, hold on. Hey, you remember that Catch Me If You Can, like the gingerbread man? Yeah. They got my black ass, you know what I'm saying? And I end up, I got 10 years, I got a 10-year sentence for that. And I end up doing 4 years on the 10-year sentence. And when I was there, that's when I met my mentor. I'm calling him my mentor, fuck that. My mentor, man, he you know what I'm saying, he held me down and he gave me the ropes. He showed me what I was looking forward to in my new world. You know what I'm saying? So when I first got locked up, I was in Bonterre, and I remember, you know what I'm saying, like, I thought I was going to do what, like, look, I thought 6 months. I thought I would do like 6 months. 6 months. I kept
yeah, I said no. He didn't want to hear it.
Yeah,
he didn't want to hear it, but I kept it real with him.
Hey, man, he always kept it real with me, man, and a message, man, to the youngsters, man. I know y'all out here doing y'all thing. I know sometimes y'all think older people, y'all don't want to hear shit we got to say, you know what I'm saying? But if y'all could change y'all life, man, and get you a different kind of hustle, man, go on ahead, man. And but I'm gonna get deeper into the story later on why, you know what I'm saying, you should switch up on what you do. Because, you know what I'm saying, when I talk about the feds, man, you know what I'm saying, when you go to the feds, everybody got to link up together. So everybody who you out here beefing with, if y'all bump heads in the feds, you got to ride together. So you don't even have a choice. So to my youngsters, women and men, because women getting locked up too. They don't talk about y'all, but women getting locked up too. They catching cases too.
Segment of the population grown in prison.
Yeah.
And convictions. Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. So but my first 4 years, I was kind of blessed to have Dino as a big ump and a mentor to school me and guide me through. You know what I'm saying? And because we always heard the misconceptions, man.
True. Yeah.
What you think about the misconceptions?
I think the misconception
of prison, bro,
is they feel like it's just such of a chaos environment, that it's just so chaotic and it's just going and really it's not. It's really kind of a really laid back environment, to be honest with you. Right. But it'll be chaotic at times, but it's like a silent chaotic. Because, when you can walk out on the yard and feel in the air, like, oh, man, doing them into it, doing them, you can feel it. But everybody, if you look, just observing with the eyes, everybody just walking, doing they working out and doing it, but everybody know it's something going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's one of the misconceptions about prison, that people don't realize that it's not just a man running around here trying to rape another man all day and all that. It don't work like that.
That was back in the day. It was like that back in the day. Not today.
Right. The earlier, the 50s, 60s, 70s,
yeah, they 80s. Chased you around there. They chased you around then.
Yeah, right.
But it's a whole new different. Then we had the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Now it's control.
Yeah, the institution control.
There you go. There you go, fam. Yeah. It's control.
That's why they changed it from convicts to offenders.
And then inmates. Inmates
to offenders.
Okay.
I think another big misconception is that, and it's important for us to say and tell the truth as it is. A lot of the people in the public think that prison is where you go to because you did a bad thing, and now that is the place for rehabilitation. That is the place for correction, when the people need to know that their tax dollars aren't being spent for that. You know what I'm saying? It's not a place for rehabilitation. Any rehabilitation that takes place is only due to what exists in the individual's heart. It's on him. But the structure of prison, the structure of the criminal justice system is not about redemption. It's about creating and continuing this cycle of harm. And it's about relegating us to a position of inferiority. So you go in, all they want you to do is comply. All they want to do is take away your voice. They don't want to empower you. You know what I'm saying? And they're not conditioning you for a successful reintegration back into the community. All of that, if it happens, it's only because the individual has chosen that for himself. But the system is not designed for that. The system is designed to keep us in a position of inferiority. So that's important for us to know.
And one more thing, and to make money.
And make, yeah.
It's all about the money, ain't it, man?
I'm sorry.
It's all about the money, ain't it, man?
That's a big, man, it's all about the money.
Yeah. Two-scale real. How you feel about that, man?
Well, one of the one I'm gonna mention, it wouldn't have been my first mention. However, the brothers pretty much touched on my top ones that are, the misconceptions. But another one is among our black women especially. They seem to think that if you've been to prison, you've engaged in some sort of homosexual activity. You've been to jail. You ain't no good. And you're looking at these people like, y'all crazy.
Yeah. Just because I went to prison, I just had to do some type of homosexual act. I just had to.
What are you talking about?
Like, how can they believe just because if you don't have sex over a period of time, it's a button in your mind that's gonna drive you crazy?
I can tell a lot about the person talking.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's only like 1%. 1% that like that,
I mean, it does happen, but it's not everyone. It's a small percentage.
To the people that wanted to
say it's a small percentage. They are their own little world.
Yeah. They got their own section.
It's like a whole bunch of worlds going on in prison.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It is. A bunch of little worlds.
Section of people who doing it.
Exactly.
And you know what's crazy? Like, what I'm saying? A female might have a joke about the shit, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to watch how you respond.
Yeah.
Because if you defensive,
You know
what I'm saying? And they don't even understand. We don't even play that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a form of disrespect. Like you get fucked up from playing, talking that, you know what I'm saying? The gay jokes and shit like that. They don't even understand that. But when you get, defensive on this joke that I ain't playing about, now you look guilty.
Yeah.
So now you got to stay calm and
It's
shit.
crazy.
Call it playing the
Yeah,
freaks.
playing the
We
Right.
didn't play. The real niggas didn't play the freaks.
Yeah.
We didn't play
Yeah.
grabbing my ass and he and running off or saying any type of
Just playing, period.
You nigga, you got
Right.
a fat ass like a woman. We
Yeah.
didn't. The real niggas didn't tolerate that and play that. And if a nigga did say that to you one time, you let him know, hey, look. I ain't intolerant, and he respected that and left that alone because he like, oh, dude, don't play like that. So,
Well, they really know who to come at.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They know who to come at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The
And
people who be in there,
it is what it is. They know who to come at, man.
Right.
I was tripping on something Rail had made mention of that started this whole conversation. And a lot of people don't expect us to operate with like discipline and just a level of self-respect, right? So when I came home, sisters found out how long I've been in a joint, so they was expecting me to behave in a certain way. Like I haven't had a woman in so long.
Right.
I'm a crack, right? You know what I'm saying? So they banking on that. Like, I'm gonna get some of that wild penis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
And the sister, she was coming so hard that when I didn't sleep with her,
Right.
she called me a fag.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
And that's that bullshit, ain't it?
Yo, she said,
That's bullshit,
it
bro.
implied because my prison prison has something to do because that's where I found myself. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, say it again.
That's why I found myself.
Goddamn right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I come out with the mindset is that I'm trying to look for my queen, and I don't got community penis. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got a whole lot of time to be
No, that's right.
playing. And,
No, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to find my queen. So if we ain't building, we ain't just. I'm not just
And
sleeping.
a lot of women really
Right.
be thinking like we so disciplined with that where if you ain't got a steady gear, you might not go get no sex for
Straight
4,
up.
5 months at a
Right.
time.
Right.
And women really think that you
They-
low key running around here, I'm hitting everything, and
It's
don't realize
grind
like,
time.
baby, I don't even be thinking
Right.
about that.
Straight
You
up.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
Listen, they crazy to say it to you.
Yeah.
You listen, it's been
That's
a
because
few
the men
days.
that been out here,
Oh,
they
you was
been
somebody.
you know, they moving how they moving.
That's
We
how
done-
they
you
thinking
see-
of how they move.
Right,
You
so they
thinking
think we
if
move
you can
like
go
that.
these days without sex, you doing something else. No,
Right.
Right.
I value me.
Hey,
I'm good.
right, I value
I
my
know what's
sexual
going on with
energy.
my body, my
Right.
energy.
Hey.
Right.
Why we need to- You
Hey.
are just loose and undisciplined. yourself.
Right,
So
right,
you can't
right.
comprehend why
Right,
I'm this
right.
way.
Hey, look on some real shit, right?
One time, man.
I just tripped off some shit here. I just tripped off some shit, right? It was just my own little personal, you know what I'm saying, philosophy, man. Okay, like when I first got my time, right? I'm like, damn, I got to do 10 motherfucking years. And you know what was on my mind? No pussy and not seeing my kids, right? And for real, like, I wasn't even tripping off my girl because I'm like, the pussy ain't mine anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fixing my mind up to do this motherfucking time, right? So, but what's crazy, not getting no pussy, right? My skin cleared up.
You heard me?
Yeah, man. You ain't lying.
Dog, my body got toned up.
Yeah.
I could think straight. It seemed like my IQ level was, you know, shit I couldn't understand in high school, nigga. I knew everything. It's like my
worries.
brain
No
was
worries.
working, right?
No worries.
Soon as I got home,
Hair start falling.
and I
everything.
dove back into
Hair
the
start
quicksand,
falling
I call
out.
it quicksand.
Everything.
Yeah.
Bumps and shit start.
Right.
That's
on
a
my-
real subject for brothers coming out. We need
'cause
somebody like,
if-
you know what, Ronnie, too, I know that y'all building and doing a lot over there, but, man, at some point, when, a real re-entry.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they tell us when we get ready to get out their re-entry.
Yeah,
I'm talking about a real
Re-entry.
re-entry. But the one thing, I'm sorry, I ain't trying to curse it, but listen, y'all, this is the craziest shit ever. When I was ready to get out the penitentiary, right, they called me up to the chapel, me and a few other people. It's just a re-entry talk. We just want to let you know, look, you're going to be on parole. You're going to have some conditions and things you're going to have to follow. Now, let me tell you, your family and your friends, they ain't going to understand.
Nah,
They're
they
going to be
don't.
the main ones. And I'm looking at them like, who family and friends? You don't know. My people, when I tell them, look, this is what it is, woo, 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 they riding for my better whatever.
Right.
You trying to tell me my family going to be the one that want to help send me back?
Right.
Lady, you crazy. Okay, sir, all that's cool, but listen, your family and your friends, I've been doing this for 20-some years. I'm telling you what I know. Yeah. Get out of jail, and guess what? Guess who the first motherfuckers?
Who was it, man?
It was my family. and my
Family and my
I mean,
friends.
just the lack of understanding about the process and what you've been through and what you're going through. I understand that they got their life too is moving. But I, just on some real shit, like, I had a real argument with my brother. I was in the halfway house. He picked me up. Well, actually, I was driving, and I was gonna let him drop me off at the halfway house. And he was taking the car. So when he hops in the car, he illegal and dirty. Oh my God. You know what I mean? You just now you do this thing. You like, hey, I can't even rock like that. You finna keep the car, just do what you want to do. Oh man, they ain't tripping off. You know people can't do nothing to you about what I got going on. Being like a dummy, I tell him, man, just drop me off, hurry up, just go. He running light speed, driving, ain't paying attention. I just can't believe the situation I'm in at this moment, right? And all I could think about was that lady saying, listen. The people who closest to you, they are not going to be able to comprehend the situation that you in. When you tell a person, listen, man, what you doing can get me fucked around and sent back to the joint.
Right.
Right.
What I got going on got to do with you.
Right.
Exactly.
They don't know the type of game these people got us wrapped up in.
Right.
That's why it affect our family and children and so much. That's why when they do PSIs, they talking about who is your mother, who is your father, who are your kids, because guess what? My father's criminal history came up.
Yeah.
Right.
Why y'all talking about my father's criminal history? The fact that my mother was arrested and how old she was when she had me and
Yeah.
what they
Right.
got to do with what that happened on that day.
Right.
Right.
That's real, man. But all that's so connected. See how it just lead into it's like, and my family, bro, I just had such a tough time with getting people to understand, like, y'all got to chill out.
Yeah.
I don't care.
They don't understand. Cause you know
I
what?
started to want to do that and just not care now because it's like it go a little too far. You like, nigga, you not understand or you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you just don't give a fuck.
Because I'm starting to wonder, like, I'm steady telling you.
Yeah, right.
Both.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even ride with certain people when I first came home. You know what I'm saying? If I knew you was, you know what I'm saying, with the bullshit, I was like, oh, I ain't sliding with you. I ain't getting in the car. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm being extra cautious. You know what I'm saying? And then when I started learning the system, because most of us anyway, when we get locked up, we don't know the system until we start getting in there. That's when you learn them laws.
You learn everything.
You know what I'm saying? This guideline go with this, and the association can get your parole revoked, all that. So you know what I'm saying? I started paying attention to that more, and I was just like, you know what? Now I got a clear overstanding of this. Let me start putting all my diamonds in place right now, you know what I'm saying? So I can play their game, but also still be able to do what I need to do to, you know what I'm saying, maneuver around this matrix I'm living in, because I already know that they keeping a close eye on me. They trying to see what I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying? As we used to say, fake it to make it, you know what I'm saying?
You know what that mean? Really, we trying to keep our soul by staying protected from the evil that they got for us.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You trying to, okay, I got to get out, I got to go to parole, probation, I got to walk this line. I'm trying to do that, but still internally keep me from, you know what I'm saying, now I want to lose myself.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I still want to be recognizant that, okay, I'm doing this now because you got a lot, you just lost and a lot to do. Don't remember me, don't forget, you know, who you are internally and to walk you out. But I be telling a lot of people, y'all, look, when you have people who come home from prison, especially the feds, one thing a lot of people don't know, y'all so quick to put somebody in your car. Okay, for one, if we have contact with law enforcement, your day may be great. So went bad, did nothing happen. I have to report to my officer that I had contact. Nothing happened. He said, have a nice day and gave me a cupcake.
Right.
It don't matter. I got to let you know I had contact with law enforcement. But two, your rights are, you have certain rights that are stripped from you when you on federal probation.
Yeah.
If I am in a vehicle or if I'm in a home, I cannot refuse an officer to search. What's that? The Fourth Amendment?
Yeah, that's in state and federal.
State and federal.
As long as you're on parole or anything.
So if we get pulled
you
over
got
in
no
the car
right.
and they say, well, sir, do you mind if I search? I legally cannot
You can't say nothing.
No, you can't say
I'm
nothing.
going straight back to prison.
They don't even got to ask you, man.
But the regular person in the car, they can exercise the constitutional right and say, no, officer, I don't feel like you should search my vehicle. So if you're in the car with me, you need to understand, I can't. If they ask me,
But look, 9 out of 10, when you're in the car with somebody, you know what they're about. You know what they got. Like, if you my boy, I know you my partner, and I know you one of those guys, I know 9 out of 10 what you got on you, what you got. Because I know my boys, it's just like you know me. You know what I'm saying? But we still going to ride with our guys.
But now,
I'm going to do it. We still going to ride with them.
Look at the trick, though. Missouri, a stand-your-ground state.
Yep.
Missouri,
It's a
a
stand your
big on the
ground.
Second Amendment state,
If you're in a felon.
a Republican state, but look at all the felons and their conviction rate in the state. Now, you are a pro-gun, pro-Second Amendment right state. You promote the rights of carrying a gun and standing your ground. However, you are one of the states with the highest conviction rates amongst people. But you telling us you cannot even live in the house with someone who has a weapon.
Bro.
You cannot be in the car. How y'all? This don't even make sense.
It does make sense.
Okay.
Because we
Okay.
know who the target is.
Yeah.
See, when we talked about suppression, see, this is only for a specific demographic, right? So when we talk about the system design, it's designed to relegate us to positions of inferiority and not have the same rights as other people. So it do make sense in that particular way. So we talk about the criminal justice system is being broke. It's not broke. It functions exactly how it's designed to function. You know what I'm saying? So just like when we get convictions, we lose certain rights. The right to bear arms and the right to make an impact in our community called to vote. You know what I'm saying? So if we're on supervision, we can't even use our voice to contribute to the upliftment of our community. And what greater contribution do I have than my voice? Right. So this is by design.
You know what I'm saying? If your mama or your auntie running for office, you can't even vote for her. But if the lady down the street who grew up, you watch her, she want to be the mayor, you can't vote for her.
Right.
You don't have no say so what go on.
But
Until you get off parole.
Yeah, until you get off the parole.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
I mean,
here
I'm
in
just letting
Missouri,
the public know.
Yeah.
You know, when you get off parole,
That's
Right.
cool.
But an individual with a long bid or on probation or parole in Missouri, you can't vote. But you can take my taxes though. So what happened to no taxation without representation? You know what I'm saying?
but you
So
just said it. Design.
it's by design.
And
So
by the
these
way-
questions are for the general public. So
Right.
And by the way, when you leave a state prison, don't forget you sign that paper to say, oh, and if by any chance you come into an inheritance, lottery,
yeah,
money,
yeah.
or any type of
Yeah, they
lump
gave me
sum,
that
Oh,
when
yeah,
when I got
we
ready to
will
leave.
hold those
Well,
funds
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
and determine what you owe us for room and board
That's
at the
right.
time you was
So
here.
you mean
Yeah,
tell
that's
me
real shit.
you gonna charge
You
me
can
for
go
some
right.
of that?
You can go right now and win. $50 million. You've been out 10 years. They
They're
come
gonna
back and get
freeze
that
the whole
money.
account.
They want that money.
And then they're going to determine
Yeah.
what needs to be paid from when
Thank
you was
you.
there.
Yeah.
Then they'll give you the rest.
Yeah. That's real shit.
They do it while you're in
Crazy.
prison. Like when you're in prison, right? They had passed a law, and it was basically as a retaliation because somebody had got injured in prison. They lost their legs in prison. They was working at one of the prison jobs, and they sued the government. They sued DOC in Missouri prison. So as a retaliation, they came up with a law that if you come up with some money, we coming to get that. You know what I'm saying? For room and board, because he hit the state for, hey, he got a lick.
Right.
But it was retaliation for him and everybody else.
Right.
So if you're in prison, if your son is in prison and you pass away and you leave to him an inheritance
Oh, yeah.
or house,
Oh, yeah,
they coming to get that. They're going to leave him with 10%. They're going to leave you with 10%. Yeah, in the state, they're going to leave you with 10% of whatever it is, but they coming to get the rest for room and board.
Damn.
Hey, man, they
God,
cool.
them the gangsters, ain't they,
Yeah,
man? Them
they
some
gangsters.
motherfucking gangsters, man.
Listen,
They-
bro, I
yeah.
have been for years trying to explain to people like y'all don't realize the scope of what we dealing with.
Right.
What
Missouri.
he just said, a system designed
Just
to
like-
do what it's doing.
If you go to
Right.
prison and you rich, you got money, you gonna pay room and board.
You gonna-
They did my man like that.
Yeah.
You know, City Spud,
City Spud, man.
they made him pay
City
room and
Spud,
board
City Spud,
every
yeah.
month. They made him pay room. Remember when we was there in Pacific?
Yeah.
They made him pay.
I was told Nelly, hey,
Him
all
and
that
all.
fucking dirty.
Him and what's his name?
Yeah, that's real shit.
No, you give me-
Sweetie Pie.
Matter of fact, send me $100.
Now-
I'm cool.
Now you know what? You know what? Another misconception is, you know what I'm saying, people think, you know what I'm saying, whoever been to prison, you know what I'm saying, like, they fucked up, they wild. You know what I'm saying? We get this bad rap. We get this bad rap, man.
Institutionalized.
But one thing, but my thing is, I met some good brothers in prison. I got damn near like a lifelong friend, man. Like right now, like going back to my boy Dino, man. I'm talking about we been like this. You know what I'm saying? Ever since we met, you know what I mean? He been the same in there and on the same out. You know what I'm saying? And tell, you know what I'm saying, like let the world know, man, like it's some solid motherfuckers in here, man. Like my boy Chop Talk, man. Matter of fact, before he was Chop
good
Talk,
brothers.
he been, you know what I'm saying, it's been him in the flesh the whole time. But what I'm saying is, when we was locked up together at Bonterra, you know what I'm saying, he was always laid back.
No.
He was still cool. He was still, you know, he was still socialized with, you know, he could feel energy. You know what I'm saying? But he always been the same. You know what I mean? So Dino,
y'all always been the same. It
Dino
ain't never
always been the same. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know where you're going with this, but
you know,
I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? But what about, though, like, we can't ignore the fact that there are those that are institutionalized.
Of course,
wild,
of course.
fucked up, and guess
And
what?
they-
how do we approach that? Because they tend to undermine
right.
You
shit
usually,
that we work to do, man.
but you usually
I'm
can
not
feel.
against them. Because
Right.
I understand it's a condition that they suffering from too.
Right.
But at the same time, man, sometimes, man, listen, you
Man,
gotta
talk
first-
your shit, man. Keep it real.
Sometimes you gotta trim them edges, man.
Yeah. But you gravitate to the people that's like you, really. You know what I'm saying? And it really is like that. You gravitate to, but even when you locked up.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be around if you ain't no cutthroat person, you're not going to be around
people.
You know, yeah.
But
You're not gonna
we
do it.
saying when you get back to society and the way people are viewing you is
Right.
based off of you wasn't on it, but these clowns who doing this. You
Right.
saying, like, what's my
Right.
approach to them? Like, how do I blame society for feeling that way?
Who cares?
Yeah,
When
nah.
there's so many of these dudes
Who
that
cares?
come out of there,
You know, but
Right.
I'm with you on that too.
Well-
But I'm just saying, who cares?
I did
You know
until
you.
I got a 4-year-old son now.
Okay.
So now I'm dealing with
Okay.
community things, daycare. I'm dealing with other families on the block. See, now it's
Right.
going to be important to me.
Okay.
because
Right.
people-
Exactly.
And not
It
only
means
that,
something.
but there are levels to it.
It's levels.
So this is that tier talk, and
tier
the
talk.
tier talk
Tier
tier is
talk.
the levels, right? So there's levels to it. So what you're speaking to is that the common misconception that just because I've been to prison, that I must be messed up for the rest of my life and pushed in a certain group, right? So you're right to have that feeling, man, because I'm capable. Even though I went to the joint, I'm capable of success. I'm capable of being integrated into my community and making positive contributions, right? So I'm capable of that. However, like the brother Rail said, there are a number of individuals who go through the system, and they had a certain mindset set before being introduced to the system that caused them to go to the system, and why there certain things were exacerbated. You know what I'm saying? And then you become institutionalized, and then when you try to make a successful reintegration or transition, it's difficult to do that, especially if you've been in prison for a long term, right? Because we've seen people with the difficulty of adjusting. Like, they actually got a term for this now. You know, post-traumatic stress, they got a post-incarcerated syndrome, which makes it difficult for individuals, man, to function in society, you know?
Right.
They with like hypervigilant. Like all of us right now, what I can guarantee is, I don't know any of you, but I guarantee when you go into an establishment, now I'm only right here because I know the brothers right here, right?
Right.
And I'm used to, and I'm comfortable in this environment, right? The first time I was here, the first few weeks, where did I sit? I sat right there with my back that way so I can see this door. You
Right.
dig what I'm saying?
Right.
So anytime we go into a restaurant or anywhere where we sit,
Right.
somewhere where our back is against the wall and we can see that door. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's to the point where, like, if you in a situation with a person and they know you, when we walk into a place, they know.
Yeah.
Because he.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
All of us, like, I was on a conversation and I was talking to some brothers who were suffering from depression, who were suffering from this post-traumatic stress, right? And the stories were the same. At the time, I thought it was cool because I was just so happy to be out. I've been locked up so long, and I dreamed of this opportunity, right, to be able to do for myself and make a positive contribution to my community. I dreamed for the opportunity to meet my queen and possibly a father. I dreamed for this, so I'm happy. I know the blessings in it, right?
Yeah.
But they was talking about some of their symptoms and things that they were exhibiting, some of the symptoms that were exhibiting in their behavior. And I was like, damn, I'm suffering from that too. They was talking about how it's difficult for them to sleep in the bed, right? We've been sleeping on this mat, this gym mat, for years, right? And I don't even sleep in the bed. I sleep on my couch in the direction where I can see the door.
Right.
Like, it's this hypervigilance and trying to always want to be secure yourself and secure your environment.
And I think the longer that you in there, the more it would affect you. Cause it's crazy. When I first came home and I went through Walmart one time. And they was at Walmart and they came on a loudspeaker and I jumped. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I straight jumped. Like they was calling me or something. I'm like, damn. I had to straight think to myself like, nigga, what's wrong with you, nigga? I straight jumped and literally now, like, if I hear loud bangs, it'll make me jump from hearing them doors. Like when you sleep through count and them lousy guards, boom, kick the door and you jump up. Yeah. So them loud bangs, that I literally be a shell shock from that.
For real, not
Straight
the
up.
rap song.
Right.
Now you had your headphones on and you was for real.
Or keys.
Right.
Yeah.
Have some keys jingling
Keys.
fast.
Right.
Because you know
Keys,
that's
the
that mean it's
motherfucker,
going down. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah,
CEOs with
here's-
their keys.
Right, here's the keys.
That's the only time they run when somebody got murdered.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are certain things that do affect us being locked up, right?
Yeah.
And we need there needs to be an awareness regarding that, because that should also be a part of our coming into the community, man, addressing those particular things.
Right.
And not only that, but it's also our argument that prison in itself does not help society. It does not help the individuals going through the system.
Right.
It only kind of messes us up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if there isn't, that is because, again, the individual decided to do the work. You know what I'm saying? And it was a long and arduous task to get to the point that we are.
Like when you
You know
took
what I'm saying?
restorative justice,
Yeah.
some people was fake it to make it, but I took it because I wanted to.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
ICVC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To understand how you
To be honest
impact
with
your
you-
community when you do a crime. Like, for instance, I went to jail for robbery. So I'm thinking, well, I ain't physically hurt nobody, so I ain't how I affect them. But when I started to take the class, I realized how I actually put fear in my community. So now when somebody go to the store or go to the ATM, they're fearful of somebody coming up robbing them because of my actions or something that I didn't did. So I'm saying like, oh, I did affect the whole.
So you know what I see right there that, not to cut, but you know what I saw right there that helped you? That prison and all that could have been circumvented and all that. Understand.
Understand. Yeah.
Like the man said, y'all know, whoever you call him, my people shall perish for lack of understanding. You know what I mean? That's what the simple correction is about.
Yeah.
Right.
It came with a maturity and understanding that came on your part.
Yeah.
It didn't take 20 years, 15, 10
Right.
years of nobody being drugged 200 miles from their house, way out in the farm and work. But it's also an economical system that we got to get into that too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the reason why I always say, this is why I became just kind of like this discouraged about the whole fight against the prison system.
Right.
Because I understood that it was about the money.
The money.
Money.
Yeah.
Once I
Money,
understood
money,
about the
money.
money, listen, they will push the button and everybody gonna die before they let you get the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because we can't stop it. How can think about everything they got invested in police officers, county jails, courts, judges.
Right.
Think of the whole system. Everybody's job.
Too scared.
If we start doing right and stop committing crimes, man, the whole fucking economy will collapse.
Collapse.
No. They just gonna change new laws and criminalize
They gonna
other
make
things.
whatever you do.
They gonna flip
They
it.
gonna
If
guess what? They have to. They
Right.
have they too invested in it.
Right,
The
so now if
economy depends on it.
Yeah, they gonna flip it.
How you gonna stop
If,
that?
if your IQ is 3.5, you're gonna get fined.
So
You see what I'm saying? They gonna flip the shit. All they gonna do is flip it.
and we need to find inventive ways to articulate this to our community and the general public, right? Because it's very important, man. People need to understand the system for what it is. You know what I'm saying? And what we know about the 13th Amendment that talked about the so-called freeing of the slaves, unless you are convicted, you are duly convicted of a crime, right?
Yes. Everybody get rid of the crime.
Oh no, not everyone.
Sure.
Right when they so-called freed the slaves, what they did was create laws to get us entangled in the criminal justice system to lead us back to prison, and then they institute a thing called the peonage program or convict leasing, which they locked up black folks for the purpose of leasing them back to farms to still be slaves.
Sure, no, the same thing you was. We needed you back anyway.
Yeah.
We needed them back.
Bro, and it's
Oh,
been like
y'all
that.
would be free? Okay,
It's
we got
been like
something.
that. So
Right.
the criminal
Y'all
justice
free, we got
system in
something.
prison, everything is rooted on the suppression of black folks. The early police officers were actually slave patrols, and they wore a badge just like the police do today that identified them as you got a runaway slave, we don't want to come get them. And they kept the slaves intact and put fear in people for seeking their freedom, right? So when we talk about the police or the prison system, all of it is rooted in the oppression of black folks, and we need to understand this. And like the brother said, it's about money. So
Money.
it's about money. So people don't know about big corporations that are invested in the prison system. A lot of the biggest corporations have workers that are so-called prisoners, right? And what we do is get paid for pennies, for things, for money. They making billions of dollars off of products that are being made in prison, right? And a lot of people think that all of their tax dollars go for the functioning of prison, and that's one of the biggest misconceptions, because the money that facilitates the prison, the educational programs, the clothes that the inmates wear, the cleaning projects, even the furniture that is in City Hall is made by inmates.
Yeah.
The cleaning supplies, the chemicals made by inmates, the clothes that are worn are made by the boots that we wear.
I was at Farmington.
Missouri
We-
Vocational Enterprise, MVE. Look it up. It's a company, a corporation that they literally wholesale
Yeah,
and distribute
MVE,
furniture, clothes, and all types of products that are made by inmates that they give $50, $60 a month
Yeah, so you get $50 a month for
You
the
don't get
items
that, you don't even get that
And you
much.
working, and you working 8 to 10 hours a
Hey.
day, Monday through Friday,
you get
for
50?
$50 a month. That's a good. You know why I started there?
think you get
Because
50.
I ain't want nobody to say it's people make more than that if I'd have said what the average person makes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if you a lead man and you in a good job in a
Yeah.
factory top position, you would get $50-$60 a month.
Yeah.
Everybody else get 15
And
to
that's
20.
and that's 75
You work-
cents an
And if you
hour.
don't
You
work,
working
you get $7
40.
and 50
You working 40 hours a
Now,
week.
Yeah.
You
$40
getting
hours,
50
you get $50 a month.
dollars.
Damn right.
$50
Come
a
on, tell me
month.
that ain't slavery.
So your tax
And
dollars
then
ain't
they'll
going
send
for
you, and they tell people to send a commissary list home.
But you know what another
Prices of
misconception
you have to buy
is?
Of what you
soap,
gotta buy
and what you
soap
have to buy to
and-
live.
We pay for
Right.
everything in
$50 a
it.
month.
We pay for everything. Taxpayer don't give us nothing.
And now they
Everything
didn't
we want,
they
we
didn't
pay
put
for.
Yeah,
they didn't
that's-
put tablets in there now. Now I done heard they didn't put
Wow.
they didn't put tablets now in there now.
Yeah.
So
All that.
so they didn't change the
They
game.
corporations, man. are
They
just
think
making-
they think the
I remember
taxpayers paying our way through there. We
Ten-
pay
remember when it was 10
$200
cents?
TVs, man.
Yeah,
$200
yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
We pay for all
Absolutely.
that, man.
People
that
had
shit.
cell phones with Boost Mobile for $50, $40 a month, unlimited talk and text, right? So we know what technology is about.
Right.
But we're paying 10 cents for every single minute you talk to your family and your
Yeah.
Yeah.
prison.
And it might
Why
be
is
more
it
than that. I'm pretty
necessary
sure it's more than
that
that.
you make hundreds and hundreds of millions of profits off me.
You're right.
Why is it not made to where,
Yeah.
okay, like a regular business?
And-
Why
and-
does the profits have to be so
Yeah, yeah.
Down, man.
No, well, yeah.
10 cents a minute to
And
call
ten-
my
10
family?
And that
cents a minute,
indicates like
right.
the real intention, right? Because if we know that rehabilitation, one of the aspects of rehabilitation is the connection with the family, your
Yeah.
family bond and connection. If that's important, then you will help facilitate that. But you
Yeah.
make it difficult for individuals to have constant contact with their family, their
Right.
children, their parents, right?
Yeah.
So it's about the money. They got these big corporations,
Money.
man, who
Yeah.
invest
Let's
in
talk
prison.
about that.
Money.
Yeah.
Let's
And
talk
you know
about
what?
the fact that
But you know what? You know, I used to have anybody. Have you ever heard the conception of money ain't real? Anybody ever told you that shit before?
Yeah.
You ever heard that shit?
that is just
Yeah.
based on the confidence of
Yeah.
the American people.
Yeah.
Right, check this out, right? So when they kicked my house in, right, what they looked for was the drugs, the guns, and the money, right?
And the money.
Okay,
Right.
now when I was in prison and I had, you know how we gotta go to the kiosk
Yeah.
machine before we go, you know what I'm saying, get canteen? If that kiosk machine say insufficient funds,
Yeah.
000, you ain't getting shit, right?
Right.
Money is real, people.
He said
Don't
money.
let people tell you money is not real. Money is very real, okay?
Right.
I'm just saying, we gotta keep that
Value of
shit
what
real,
you-
man.
But you listen. But see, I want to talk about this. Like he brought up about, okay, it's designed to keep families away from each other, right?
Right.
Now let's keep it 1,000. How many people around here got brothers, uncles, people who took care of them and loved them, or what so happened in prison? How often do you actually write them, go like talk to them, support them,
Go-
send
go-
letters for the
look,
parole
go
board?
see 'em.
How
You know
are
what?
calling any senator or representative in your ward saying, "Hey man,
Hey.
they got my brother locked up all this time. Like, can you look into that?" How many people have done that? So I mean, I understand it's again design. We walking the tightrope here because
Right.
we're talking about a system that's designed to do with people like this, but we also looking at the people who steady getting done like this.
Yeah.
When is we gonna see? Hey man, hold up.
Yeah, when is
I
we gonna
do-
stop and
listen,
be like, hold up?
One thing about white people, that's what you want to call it. One thing about white people, bro, I don't care if they were child molesters, serial killers, or whatever. Come Saturday, Sunday, they visiting room. They got the whole family around them. At the
They
table,
there.
Eat chicken
They
wings,
there.
chips,
Yeah.
and everything, man.
Yeah.
And we got brothers that's been there for
You got
a
brothers-
theft case, and mama or
took care of
daddy or
everybody in the
cousin,
house.
he took care, and ain't nobody that came to see that brother. He living off state tip.
Yeah.
Hope he got a GED.
I think that's a good
Yeah.
point.
But
I
a lot of them to burn their
Why
bridges
are,
too.
why are we allowing
We
gotta put it both
Why are we
ways,
allowing
man.
when somebody go to jail to break that from your family, man? Why do even in your mind you have that negative view of him? Don't people quit lying out there?
Right.
When them white folks say he guilty, you feel like he guilty of something too.
Right.
That's psychological.
He
That's
out there
psychological.
doing
that
this
show
and
you how
running around
fucked
and,
up that
you know,
is,
people
bruh.
You blaming this
Yeah.
man, put this man in your face, and guess what? You're laying down with somebody who doing it. Your best friend doing
Doing
it.
it.
Everybody around you doing it, but when they get
Right.
caught, they put them in handcuffs.
'Cause-
They're a different person.
Yeah.
See, they was
or
already-
benefited from it.
Yeah.
Like there are people like know that we might be on the block, we might be hustling, we might be doing all this other stuff. But if I got a gift for you, it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you
Yeah,
benefited
exactly.
from it, it's cool.
You benefit
You
from it,
borrow
cool.
for my car, me and my home, it's cool. But if they get locked up, then that dude.
Now you change your life. You should been doing, you know. Then it's that's a psychological fuck,
Now-
ain't it, bro?
Hey, look.
That is crazy.
Now look right. Like we're gonna go into a commercial break, but before we go into a commercial break, man, I'm gonna let 2 Scale Real spit one of his flows, spit one of his poetry. Yes, you will.
That crack.
Hey, nah,
Fire.
2 Scale. Nah, hey, America, whoever on Facebook, y'all gonna hear about 2 Scale Real.
You hear me? Double Skill Media.
In 1 minute, y'all finna see why 2 Scale Real is a good poet, man.
Raw.
And that's real shit, raw. You know what I'm saying?
Raw.
But when we, but look though, right? Look though, right? Look though, right? Okay, look. But one thing that prison has taught me that I take with me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? On my day-to-day basis and how I live life is respect.
Yeah.
That you don't even see out here nowadays. Kids do what the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just disrespectful. I think that's one of the reasons why the death rate is high as hell, because everybody is fucking disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can agree to that.
And with me, respect was one of my main ingredients that I took with me, and I keep
did
that
too.
with me. Is it something that
I can agree with you on that bit. That respect of especially when you're confined in a small conjunction with another grown ass man, and y'all gotta use the bathroom, defecate, all this, eat, sleep in this little small area, and y'all gotta, coincide together. Y'all gotta move around. Y'all gotta try not to bump each other. All these type of things, and it's just a respect. So it'd be just the smallest little thing where where it's excuse me. It's you know what I'm saying. Give me cell time. All of those type of things that put the respect factor up so high. So I brought that to the street as well.
Yeah.
So I treat certain things like I'm still in the joint sometimes.
Yeah.
How I behave on my respect factor. I don't let, too much. Like I bump into a brother in the store, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody get the mouth and all that, you right, you can have it, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I know where it can escalate, then I feel like I'm at more risk than that person.
right?
Yeah.
There you
Because
go.
see, I'm at risk more than
Right.
the other person because I got felonies, I got a jacket. They don't got that.
Right.
And then the fact that I know where I'm gonna take it. You ain't gonna
Right.
probably take it
Oh,
where I'm gonna
they
take
gonna wave
it.
the white flag.
Yeah, they gonna wave the white flag.
They gonna
You
wave
know
it.
what I'm saying?
They gonna wave.
Yeah. Kareem Akbar. It's real.
Hey, Dino.
Exactly. Yeah.
The whole thing.
What's one of your main, you know what I'm saying, ingredients that you learned from prison that you live and stand by, like a moral code that you stand by that you know what I'm saying, maybe picked up from prison?
Respect, that's number one. Loyalty, you know what I'm saying, that's another one, because you with that brother every day. Here you can see a brother and you can just leave him. See, there you see him every day. So you build that trust, you build that respect, and they say that if you locked up, half the brothers don't have respect or you can't trust them. Most guys I know right now from the joint that I
Right.
trust and respect them. You know what I'm saying? And it's better than, I guess, friends I grew up with. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I have more trust from guys I met locked up than my own guys I grew up with from kids. You know what I'm saying? So the main thing is, it's that trust and respect. Gotta have that. Gotta have
Okay,
it.
Ronnie, what's one of your
Well, there's a few of them tied together. And it's basically honor, value, and adherence to justice. And in terms of honor, I really didn't have honor before I went to prison. You know what I'm saying? I had an idea of what it was, right? But it wasn't until I got to prison and really stood on honor. You know what I'm saying? And then a value. And it's something in accord with what the brother said, like when you really understand the impact of your actions and how I affected my family, how I affected my community, and how I affected those whom I harmed and created this trauma, And that was me embracing my humanity, acknowledging the value of their humanity. And then we got justice, because we learn about justice when we become aware of how we're done as a people. And when we're in prison, and then you having these people, man, dogging you out, man. You know, it's supposed to be about justice and us being held accountable. But who's holding those individuals accountable that's dogging us out in those correctional facilities?
They
who do
looking,
not
they
op-
come
yeah.
to work just to dog you
They
out.
don't operate within the rules, the rules that they establish. So what is the message that they trying to impart? Like, nah, you don't operate against the within the rules unless you got power. And then that promotes this criminal mentality, you know, of us trying to achieve power in the wrong way, you know. I'm just justice prone. So the things I learned in prison, I was fighting the administration, the state, for the establishment of justice in there, and it's going to be the same thing out here for my people.
So you was filing IRs all day.
Look,
That nigga filing IRs. I'm telling you all day. That nigga filing IRs.
Legal eagle.
Straight
You was the legal eagle.
Nigga, they took my CDs knowing I ain't supposed to have them. I'm filing IRs.
Too scared real, man. What's your morals and discipline, man, that you took from prison and you live with it every day?
Okay, so that's great. That's a great question. It's a great thing, man. So of course respect was my number one thing too. And y'all said it. So I'm gonna just go with something else that I came from. I used to have a thing against Martin Luther King because I used to wonder why would a person march to eat with white people when we had black business owners. He could have ate it. But then I read more about Martin Luther King, guys. So if you ever don't know about him, check him out. He a monster. He was way bigger than I Have a Dream.
Yeah.
But he said something one time, and this is something that sticks with me. He said, "Threat to justice anywhere
Threat to justice.
is a threat to justice everywhere."
Everywhere.
So while you thinking that what the next person got going on don't got nothing to do with you, while you not caring that this person or these group of people getting put down, persecuted, or hurt, keep on. They
gonna
come,
happen.
your
It's coming for
turn
you.
next, and then you're gonna wish somebody would support and back up your crime plea to get justice.
Okay.
See, we live in a world now about like this fucked up thing of individualism. Ever since Rocco came out the song, I'ma do me. You fool.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody get wealthy doing me.
Doing them.
This is a system.
This is a system.
Straight up.
Yes.
Understand, nature ain't no one thing making it
Don't-
all happen.
That's exactly what I
If
tell
the next
them.
part don't put in the process,
Yeah.
it go around.
You
and
think you're
everything
gonna make
come
it to
back.
be a millionaire by yourself?
ain't
It
gonna
don't
happen.
work like that. It
don't
does
work.
not.
To be a nothing,
Yeah, you're gonna be a nothing by yourself.
It's
That's
a
that's the only
process.
thing you can be by yourself is a nothing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If I grow corn on my land and you grow squash, I'm definitely gonna give you some corn for some squash.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the minute you want corn
Yeah.
and I ain't gotta give you no squash, okay, that's an issue right there. But guess what? That type of thinking and mentality is gonna spread everywhere.
Yeah.
So now when my son get pulled over when he coming from a basketball game or stopped or whatever because of how he looked, then when you wasn't worried about men in prison and black men and the police and all this and that, now you got a problem. Because your son got pushed on the ground and on the curb and told, you know, this and that or something, or even killed.
Right.
But it's very possible.
Yeah.
So that a threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice anywhere. Stop living this shit like, I don't give a fuck about nothing as long as it ain't me.
As long as it ain't me, it
I'ma
ain't.
tell you something. What is it, Spider-Man? Remember he was in the store?
Yeah.
And the dude came to rob the store. He had the power. They was like, help us. He's like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Let him rob the store. The same man who was robbing that store escaped from that store. The police got on him. He needed to carjack somebody. Killed them and took their car. Guess who car he took and hijacked?
It was his people.
His grandfather.
Grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah. You right.
So play
Nah,
games if you want to.
Yeah.
Thinking that life just about you and your house
Yeah,
and
just
yours.
you and
Right.
it's about me and I don't care.
Everything connected, bro.
Everything is
It's all
connected.
It's all connected.
all the
Yeah.
So it ain't just
Okay.
about being friendly and help. It's about, listen, this is going to affect everybody.
Yeah.
That's crazy because it comes back to the point that you made initially about us thinking differently, about us beefing, having these frivolous, no sense beefing. But when we get in a joint, those different blocks is going to be
You gotta
working
link
together.
up. You gotta link up.
Because we consciously
And-
connected. We are
Yeah.
low key.
And you know
Why you
what?
think everybody want to be rappers right now? You got when we was growing up, you didn't. Everybody wasn't rapping. But now in this new generation, everybody want to. You even got, as we call grown niggas, trying to rap now. Want to be what they call, I'm chasing my dream. Nigga, that ain't your dream.
Yeah.
You just seeing somebody else doing it, and you feel like, man, I could probably do this too.
That nigga
You know what I'm
bored. He ain't got
saying?
shit
Because
to
we
do.
are all consciously connected.
He bored than a motherfucker,
Yeah.
and he watching what the females like, and he won't in because the female looking
Exactly.
at the shit, man. Hey, look, hey, we finna go on break, man. Hey, Too Scared Real finna give y'all some of this work, man. Goddamn me. You know what I'm saying? Now you are the break.
Soon as we come out,
Now you no, hey, Too Scared. Hey, Too Scared Real. Hey, you on the spot.
Okay, so check this out. That's cool. We going.
You on the spot, Too Scared.
Too scared. We going. This ain't no excuses, bro. You know what I'm saying? With writing and creativity.
Yeah.
See, it's a difference when it's Hollywood. You
Okay.
can go and craft it based off of what's going on around you.
Right.
When that shit get produced from who you are and what you feel, and when you going through shit where your emotions and your mental getting disturbed and distracted, it's the people you find and you was close to doing evil shit, bro. That's a period in your life. You know what I'm saying? A period you going through. So I've been going through that, man. So help me, tell me when you know I got you on the hook.
Nah, the one, man, the realest, the realest one, you got one about it's the street, man. All your shit street though, and I love that shit because I relate to everything.
I can't remember the line he said in that one where he say,
the loyalty.
Lord, spit that one. Fuck it, spit
Sure?
that one, man. Yeah, damn right.
Do
Hey,
that.
y'all tune in. Hold on, man. Let me bring you in right.
Let me warm them up.
You gonna warm them up? Go ahead, brother.
It's not a whole thing, but let me warm. It's a bit. It's something I'm working on. I'm gonna warm them up.
Okay, hold on. Hey, look, hold on. Hey, Ronnie, I mean the poet.
No, I'm not, man. But I'm about to warm them up.
Man, spit your shit. Talk your shit, Ronnie.
I had to learn it. I had to learn it the hard way through hardships parlay, thinking that it was butter. But it was the grease of fat meat that caused my feet to slip and not the ease of parquet. But that day, I was just a young black boy trying to get right like Richard. But Richard were the rules for how much road was allotted for me to maneuver and change course. But through them hang course, I was forced to learn that the system was in no mood for my humanity. And the only peace that I got was this lot of insanity addressed within the tribulations of inner city blues that had made my call and made me want to holler like Nathan McCall of being a man-child in the promised land with no room for an honest man at all. So I adopted the role of the slime ball. Going against my natural disposition, I repositioned my body to lobby my mouth to say, fuck this world. Because it was in this world that my friend's grown big brother tried to fuck me like a girl when I was just 8. And it was in this world that my mother smoked girl, imposing a horrid fate. Me being 12 years old, so hungry that my whole body ached. In the wilderness of her addiction, I seemed to have lost my way and I lost my say in a space that's supposed to be designated for the young to play. Or at least be free from harm, but within my arm to palm distance, the alarm should have ring by how many things that were so hostile to my existence. But since before I can form a sentence, I was sentenced to this relentless world. I forgot.
Oh,
Crazy.
man,
Goodness, that
that's
nigga went
deep.
crazy. Oh, man.
Deep.
Sauce.
Ronnie, I
You
mean.
dig?
Y'all hear that? Ronnie, I mean. Y'all hear that? United States, America, all around this motherfucker. Facebook,
man, stop.
Instagram.
You heard me
Shit
straight
me.
up.
Ronnie, I mean.
Yeah.
Too scared.
No, go, man, go. Give it to
I'm
us.
gonna go real quick about this loyalty piece, man. I wrote this piece when I went back to prison on a violation, a parole violation. My house got kicked in. I went back to prison. I had like 2 years left on parole, and I was doing it. And some things that I had almost died for people showed me that, like, wow, like it was unbelievable, man. I learned a lot. I wrote this thing, but I said just ain't no loyalty no more. And most niggas now, they rats and they homos and so on and so on and so. From this day on, shit, I'm just rolling solo. The closest thing to my heart is my horse now. Or I'm in polo on every photo. But I won't tell you shit about my best friend. Because I used it to get rid of my ex-friend. Caught him with his hands in my pocket and y'all must know the story of Malcolm X thing. But you see, the ones that survive, like the feds, want to life us off. That iPhone get you a conspiracy. That's gonna be your final call. But dig, in my world, all the scales they double. Or I tell them, Chichi, get a Yale, it's butter. Or the bag size, them duffel. But all these hip bitches, they trouble. You see, that's why I'm playing spades up. Ronald L. Jones selling graves out. Statistically, AIDS is up, and the penitentiary handing graves out. And it's crazy because niggas locked up bragging on their V-forces and rat kits. Yeah, but I heard on the bricks, they just as backwards. They stuck on the club in a quarter-ounce crack flip. But ask people about my assets and their answer, oh, he cash up. Boy, I really hustle in the STL. I'm through the streets like the cash bus. But you see, we need Project Slate back. Like a gram chopper need his plate back. So we can clean up the streets and get rid of this new mixed breed of snake red. Because I'm sick of these niggas. I'm just outright disgusted. They got no morals, their word ain't shit. And they just can't be trusted. And it just ain't no loyalty no more. And most days, most niggas now, they rats and they homos and so on and so on and so. From this day on, shit, I'm just rolling solo. Just me and my Pyrex. The red lines on it to guide my measuring. I feel back from the Bloods and Crips. And them organizations don't have a treasurer. I'm just trying to pull them up out of this bullshit. Put my little niggas on boss shit. Because over the stove is my pulpit, but you're going to be Jamaican when you come with that cross shit. Amen. But we put a hole in your clothes on Easter. Going to gorilla mode. Beast you. Get extendos loaded and hit you with a hot iron that'll fold and crease you. Because when I'm hyped, ooh, I feel like I'm Jerry Lewis Bay reincarnated. I feel like I'm the autobiography of Scarface, mixed with Maserati Rick in the car chase, Larry Davis in the hallway. Now them gangsters from back in the day. Back from when if a nigga act foul, it was a flag on the plate. Boy, nobody gonna blow whistles. The niggas was goons, they came with pistols. But I just been sent to give y'all a warning. Repent, it's about to start storming. It's a couple fellas about to come home. They gonna light this bitch up like it's morning. And expose all the faces of all of y'all who disgrace it. The game as we know it to be. Cause it just ain't no loyalty no more. And most niggas now, are they rats and they homos and so on and so on and so. From this day on, I'm just rolling solo. But I'm in a huddle with my accountant. Fuck trophies, I'm playing for stacks. When I say 2 scales working, not only the packs, but I be weighing the facts. Shout out to all my real niggas, cause I swear to tell the truth, but no hands on the Bible. Cause nowadays they don't really understand that. But 2 hands clutching a rifle, yeah, he won't hesitate to smite you. Look here, the crosshairs will sight you. The trigger pull will ignite you and the infrared will light you. That's cold talk for you. Damn right I'm straight from St. Louis, where we get straight to it. But it just ain't been the same since they brought this gay and hate shit to it. You see, I call it lame holler. Informing the enemy. Name drop. Niggas getting their hair done now. You see them in the shop. Straight gospel. I mean, rats and homos, I thought there was 2 main no-nos. See, it used to be as simple as a phone call. Dr. Jockenstein, get me on the roll call. I'ma set these suckers out. But them people put a hold on it. They had stop snitching t-shirts. Somebody told on that. Dang. Game crossers and cross dressers. Now since we came across the Atlantic, it's like we done lost the message. But that's why bootlickers ain't gonna feel this. But fuck them, this real shit. They was in the house, that's who they lived with. I speak for the ones I'm out here in the field with. And I remember we used to hustle from sun up to the moon drop with Tupac in the tune box. Dope, soft fiends, and spoon rock. But the new shit different and funny. And I ain't talking about boondocks. See, they flip the script. They flip it the lip and they snitching this shit. I remember when the new thing was starter coats and pro model caps. Then one day we had Glocks and hollow caps. And then one day I seen my daddy soaking cotton in the bottle caps. So I had to ask where all the role models at. Damn. Y'all know where they was at. They was in prison. Dead and getting high. But I just saying, man, that's why it ain't no loyalty no more. Because most niggas now, well, turn to rats and they homos and so on and so on and so. From this day on, y'all, I suggest you too roll solo.
Toast. Have a toast for that shit.
You talking that shit. You talking that shit.
Hey, Facebook, Instagram, 2 scale motherfucking real, man.
Talking that shit.
No
cap.
No room for honest
cap.
kids, so I doubled the roll.
Straight like that.
Man, hey, Ronnie, I mean. Man, you humble brother. Oh,
Stop
You
snitching
dope.
T-shirts, nigga. They told on that.
What you say, Rail?
God damn.
Hey, but look, right, hey, look, y'all. Hey, look. Hey, look. Hold on. Hey, fellas. Black men, kings. Hey, look, man. We out of time, man. We gotta get up out of here.
So on and so on.
But my thing is,
We need a part two.
yeah, we do need a part 2, don't we, man?
Yeah.
I kind of need to shut up, though. Hey, hold on. Hey, Facebook.
Relationships.
They been cracking
Hey,
on her. Yeah,
black
I ain't
men.
gonna gotta do a part
Black
2.
men,
Y'all want a part
kings.
2? My guys.
We gonna come back next Sunday for part 2.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm putting y'all on the spot. I want the world to see this, man.
You know I'm a compliment.
I'm putting because Chop Talk is big. Hey, Chop
I
Talk.
ain't gonna lie, I'll be busy, but
Hey.
I still can make it. I'm gonna make it. Fuck it.
Son,
You know my
look,
word is
look,
law. If I
we
say
have a
I'm
part 2
coming, I'm
here.
We got some
coming.
shit to discuss, man.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, next
get an
week,
interview soon as I
Tears
walk out the
Talk
door
is
now.
levels. It's levels to this shit, man. We're going to be back next week. We're going to have part 2 of this, man.
Yeah.
What's up?
Tier 2.
That's what's
Y'all know
up,
what it is.
We outta here.
Next Sunday, man. Y'all know.
Hey, I want to give
Garrett
a
Show, baby.
I want to give a
Garrett
shout
Show,
out to
man.
Antoine Larry too, man. Soldier by Blood, man. If it wasn't for him, man, when none of this shit be going on, y'all check Antoine Larry out. If you want to invest in yourself or whatever you doing, man, y'all come and fuck with Antoine Larry, man. And he got affordable prices, and he'll work with you. He fuck with you, man. And invest in yourself and push your product.
Twins for the people.